Why you'll never afford your dream car, the gleaming Ferrari 488 GTB, sits in the dealership showroom, its scarlet paint reflecting the fluorescent lights like liquid fire. You walk around it slowly, drinking in every curve, every detail. The salesperson mentions the price $280,000, and you nod knowingly, already doing the mental math. At your current salary, saving diligently, maybe in 15 years. But deep down, you know the truth that most car enthusiasts refuse to acknowledge. You'll never afford your dream car. And it's not just about the money. The moving goalposts of desire, the first cruel reality, is that saved enough for a used one, you'll have your eyes set on the latest Aventador successor. Automotive desire operates on a perpetual upgrade cycle that outpaces most people's ability to accumulate wealth. Car manufacturers understand this psychology intimately. They deliberately create halo vehicles, those exotic, limited production models that capture imaginations and sell magazines, knowing that 99% of people will never own them. These cars aren't really meant to be purchased, they're meant to be desired. They create an aspirational hierarchy that keeps consumers climbing toward an ever-receding summit. Even if you somehow managed to afford yesterday's dream car, it would feel like settling. The 2015 McLaren 650 that once seemed impossibly exotic now feels dated compared to the latest 765 LT. Progress in automotive technology means that by the time you can afford your dream car, it's already been superseded by something faster, more advanced, and more desirable. The hidden costs that kill dreams let's assume you've somehow managed to save the $200,000 for that used Aston Martin DB11. Congratulations, you've just cleared the smallest hurdle. The purchase price is merely the entry fee to a financial nightmare that most people don't anticipate. Insurance on exotic cars doesn't just cost more, it costs exponentially more. That monthly payment could easily exceed your mortgage. Maintenance costs are equally brutal. A simple oil change on a Ferrari can cost $500. Replace the clutch on a Lamborghini, that's $8,000, and these aren't once in a lifetime expenses, they're recurring costs that accumulate faster than most people can budget for them. Storage presents another challenge. Your dream car can't sit in your driveway next to your Honda Civic. It needs climate, controlled storage, specialized security, and often professional detailing services. Many exotic car owners spend more on storage and maintenance than they do on the cars they actually drive daily. Then there's depreciation, the silent wealth killer. While you're dreaming of that car appreciating in value, the reality is that most modern exotic cars depreciate rapidly. That $300,000 McLaren becomes a $180,000 car in 3 years, not because it's any less amazing, but because the next generation has arrived. The opportunity cost trap, perhaps the most insidious barrier to dream car ownership, is opportunity cost. Every dollar you save toward that Porsche 911 GT3 is a dollar not invested in your retirement, your children's education, or your mortgage. The $150,000 you might spend on a dream car could instead become $500,000 in a diversified investment portfolio over 15 years. This creates a psychological trap for financially responsible people. The more financially literate you become, the more painful it becomes to justify spending 6 figures on a rapidly depreciating asset. You start to see that dream car not as a symbol of success, but as a symbol of poor financial planning. The math is particularly cruel for middle-class owners. If you make $80, entire gross income to a single purchase. Even if you manage to save 20% of your income annually, that's still over a decade of disciplined saving for something that will immediately begin losing value. The lifestyle mismatched dream cars often represent a lifestyle that doesn't align with reality. That track-focused Porsche GT3 RS is designed for weekend canyon runs and track days, but your actual life involves commuting in traffic, navigating parking garages, and dealing with speed bumps. The car that exists in your imagination, roaring down empty mountain roads, bears little resemblance to the car sitting in traffic on your morning commute. Many people who do manage to buy their dream cars report feeling disappointed by the reality. The car that seemed so thrilling in YouTube videos feels stressful in real-world driving. You're constantly worried about door dings, theft, and mechanical issues. The joy of ownership gets overwhelmed by the anxiety of ownership. The social media illusion social media has amplified the dream car phenomenon while simultaneously making it more unattainable. Instagram feeds are filled with exotic cars, creating the illusion that these vehicles are more common than they actually are. The reality is that most of these cars belong to rental companies, are financed beyond reasonable limits. Document and share exotic car ownership has turned these vehicles into expensive props for social media performance. The car becomes less about personal enjoyment and more about external validation, a particularly expensive way to buy temporary approval from strangers on the internet. The liberation of acceptance, accepting that you'll never own your dream car, isn't admitting defeat. It's embracing financial reality and opening yourself to more attainable automotive joy. The used Miata that costs $15,000 can provide 80% of the driving pleasure of a car costing 10 times as much. The satisfaction of owning a car outright, without crushing monthly payments or anxiety about repairs, often exceeds the fleeting thrill of exotic car ownership. The automotive industry has democratized performance in ways that make dream car ownership less necessary. A $35,000 Civic Type R offers more performance than supercars from 20 years ago. The gap between attainable and exotic has narrowed dramatically, making it easier to scratch the performance itch without financial ruin. Your dream car will likely remain a dream, and that's perfectly fine. Dreams serve their purpose by inspiring us and providing motivation, but they don't need to become reality to have value. Sometimes the most liberating realization is that you don't actually need to own something to appreciate its beauty and engineering excellence. The showroom Ferrari will always be there, gleaming under those lights, serving its true purpose, not as a car to be owned, but as a dream to be admired.